Oh boy. Well, here we are, guys. With some pain. With some pain. Oh, this is going to be difficult and fun. Oh boy. So, I put a little suggestion thing up asking, hey guys, friends, come suggest a new game for me to play. Now that I've finished Victoria 2, and Konrad, you're a scumbag. I'm just going to tell you that now. So, God damn it, I can't believe I'm doing this. So, I'm playing Dark Souls, and I've played a little bit on the PC before. I'm predominantly a PS3 player when I'm playing it. Let me just go through the controls again. But I'm not too far off knowing how to play the game using an Xbox controller. Like, I used to play it a lot at my friends, and I played the whole of Dark Souls 2 using one, so here's hoping I don't screw up too bad. So it's been about a month or two ago since I last played it, and well, up to I say, more like half a year since I last played Dark Souls. I got to the Duke's archive, and it pretty much wrecked me, and it gave up my will to live, and I catched it on a fair far way through, so I'm kind of intrigued to see how I do now. So this being our first proper playthrough, let's go, let's have a look, see how this goes. I'm just going to do one quick thing for you guys. My headphone battery apparently is dying, which ain't great, so I'm just going to plug that in now. If I can find something to unplug. I got an idea. I can use this. God dang it. Best start to a Let's Play ever. Right. And now if I just do this. And hopefully that will work. There we go. Happy days. Right, headphones on. Feeling good. So let's just call myself a character. Let's call myself, we're gonna call ourselves Snaxy. Now, Snaxy is a character name which I will reveal my reasoning behind at a later point. But let's just say we're gonna make the grossest looking dude imaginable. But let's be honest, who wants to play as anything other than the grossest looking dude imaginable in one of these games? Who do I want to play? Oh, yeah, we're going deprived. We're going butt naked on this one. Flat-fire bombs. You know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go for the master key, because that can actually speed things up a lot. And I'm going to be large. I'm going to be super large. There's something ridiculous about having, like, such a large body and having a ridiculous head. I feel like caveman. Look at that! I don't know which one's weirder. Okay, we're going to go for very large. Who do I want to be? So pretty much you can be anyone you want. This looks sufficiently weird. I'll be albino. And I want some crazy hair. That is some messed up hair. I don't even know if I can stand looking at that character with that. Alright, we're gonna do this. Color. And we're just gonna put down that. And I'm just gonna customize him now. Because... Ah, turn green. That was the green button right there. As well. Hormones. I didn't know you could look young or old. This is reverse. Look, I put it to... Oh no, this is masculine and feminine. No wonder I was looking at something else. Alright, some old ass dude. So, you know, he's proper... Oh my god, no. I made him... Oh, look at this hideous... Oh... I want really strong features as well. Oh god. What have I done? Oh, this is hideous. Let's, oh. Right, colour. Oh, we need to customize more. We need to go deeper. Oh, this is... Oh my goodness. Eyebrows. No, this is the exact opposite one. There we go. Urgh, I love it. What else can we do? Eye position. Can we make a compact face here? I feel like we're going to just compact and you can't even see his eyes. So, green. Ooh, no. He's gone full red on this. He's going to have the devil's eyes. You're looking at a hideous monster. Snaxy is going to be just horrific to look at. Oh, yeah. Ooh, oh god. Nose is looking sufficiently awful as it is. Can I make the eyes disappear anymore? Lip shape. I have a really sad face. Fullness. Lip thickness. Tiny little lips. He looks like he's just permanently pissed off at the world right now. He's pretty much anime at this point. Right. What do I want to be? Hair. That looks bad. Fiery purple, that works for me. Right, I like this guy. He's looking sufficiently awful. Looks like some sort of caveman that got shot out of Perez Hilton's house. Christ. Right, I'll shut up now. Cutscene's important.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And that is that. So, very important cutscene. Because aside from that cutscene and maybe 2 more points in the game, actually 3, you're probably not going to get much explanation as to the actual lore of this game beyond item descriptions. There won't be a lot of exposition, so I'll do my best to cover as much as I can remember. The lore in this game is pretty goddamn rich and awesome. So right now, what happened is we're in something called the Undead Asylum, and that guy, a mysterious hero, has just dropped a dead body with a key up its ass, essentially. Because, I mean, where else is the key on this guy? Other than, let's just move on. So, we're now free and about, and we are what is called hollowed. Like all these guys, and there's a demon. So, want to avoid him when you can. But these guys are essentially undead who have gone... Well, the ones in the asylum, for the most part, are quite tame early on. These are just undead that have gone insane. I love them. One of the coolest things I actually like about the asylum is that early on, this actually is implied that the guy here is actually this guy. So the curse of the undead, for anyone who doesn't know or play these games, is that you can't die, or at least not properly. You'll always come back, and you'll have experienced that death each time, and you'll have the memories of it. And it drives people mad. So right now, the only thing you can assume by the look at your own character is that you died at some point, either in the asylum or on your way here. And this guy looks like he may have actually killed himself. And this is him again. So, let's just put him out of his misery. And that's it. And I've just picked up 20 souls from them. So let's just go upstairs. So right now I've got a broken dagger, and if I were to use certain buttons, I could, like the Y button on the Xbox controller, I can point them together and I can do long sweeps. If I use the right trigger, or if I use the top bumper, the right bumper, you should just be able to just do like little sweeps. They don't really take as much stamina out of you. See, like that, as opposed to this. So that green bar there is stamina. For all intents and purposes, you never want to let that run out. So let's go through. So this is the first boss of the game, and I just screwed up. So this is picking off from a Demon Souls point of view, where in the beginning of Demon Souls, as soon as you finish the tutorial section, you're just straight up dead. Because there is just a boss fight, which even if you win, there'll be another one afterwards which is just designed to kill you. But for a lot of players early on, they expect to lose. And that's what, like, the greatest in FromSoft, they used to say that when before this game came out, that they were just going to be like, yeah, this game's going to be way harder. That's what they meant. You have 2 guys you can kill before walking into that room. And you are super dead if you just assume this is going to be an easy cakewalk. It's not. But for the most part, this game is fair. So look at this. Let's look at the situation. You got a guy up there with a he's an archer, and you got an apple pump here for a shield. So we're just going to run for that. As I am a deprived in later games don't even start off with shields and that. Like, the only reason you play deprived is if you just want to have like fun just building your own character, regardless of class or what have you. Now, many people would argue that if you're going to play deprived, you might as well just go play a thief or a wanderer. There's not much difference. So we're just going to pick up. So now we got a club and a shield, and these are important. Good shield and a good weapon will see you for most of this game. Club is not that good a weapon. A great club, but that is a beastly weapon. So let's just see what our animation is. So we can do this. See, it's slower than the other one, but that's because we're just not really, we don't have that good a stamina. Check that out. You get that leaping lunge, and that will just do tons of damage. And for the most part, as you know, early on, your club is actually going to do a ton of damage compared to the enemy. Like, look at this. Hey, bro. And you're dead. There you go. Usually he waits up there for me. It's kind of surprised he came down here. I think he must have thought I was taking too long. Anyway. Let's get through this. So make sure to notice the boulder and get out of the way. That won't kill you if you're on full health, but it will bring you down to half.
Oh, thank God. I'm done for, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, skip through some of that.
Then lose my sanity.
So he's the guy who saved us.
You and I were both undead.
And what isn't explained here, but is heavily implied, is that the demon that just came in and kicked our ass, or we ran away from, is actually what knocked him down off the roof into here. And then he noticed you and was just like, yeah, I'm going to take out this undead form. So what he's asking us is to do a task for him. So sure, why not?
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission.
What mission?
But perhaps you can keep the torch lit.
I could do with some
There's
explanation.
an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen.
Go on then.
And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords.
Okay.
When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart.
Thank you, dudes.
Oh, one more thing.
You're gonna downer about this, dude.
Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
So Estus flasks, super useful.
Oh, and this.
And that's a key to the sun.
Now I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
So that last sentence there, I hate to harm you after death, is him just essentially going, I'm also one of the cursed undead like you. And he's essentially reached his will point. You know, he doesn't think he's going to progress any further in this. So he's given up. And the important thing to note when you play as the undead, well, as you play as the undead, as you play through this game, is you'll notice that when you give up or when you reach your goal, that is when the curse will claim you. You have to aspire to something to beat it. So you could just kill him now and take some free soul points off him, but I don't really care for that. I'm just going to come up here, dodge that, kill him. Someone else died apparently. I've no idea why or how. I'm just going to run through here. So those are all just prompts and messages. You sometimes see these left by other players, and these can be really useful advice, or they can just be stuff to dick you around. So left stick RP. that ain't working. Let's take our... Yeah, certain of these will only be available depending on what items you have and what's in your hands at the time, so... You know, just try different things up and you'll usually have fun with what combos you can make out. Hello. Goodbye. Come on. What are you waiting for, huh? Come out here. Come on. So, what I just did there was I lured them out one at a time to take them out so it'd be easier. Because one of the most important things for you to learn when you're playing this game is enemy aggro. Anyone who's played MMOs will know the one I'm talking about, which is you want to be dealing with them one at a time, preferably, and you want to make it so you have less shenanigans to deal with. Like, that right there was a backstab, by the way, and that will do crit damage, always, and that's a fantastic thing. I wouldn't aim for most of those, so what I did was I took out those two guys by drawing one at a time, and then running here, because you know what? You could go through every enemy type in the game, but these guys here, these two, I'm not saying these two specifically, but the enemies of these two types will actually be the most difficult. Well, no, they actually have the highest kill count of players, because they'll always be in groups, and they'll always bunch up on you, and you'll be dead. And that's that. Game over, man. Game over. So, we're going to go kill the boss again. This time, the vantage point. Now, whatever happens, you don't want to stay up here. So, douche! And I just hit him on the head with a massive club. I kind of think if you use the club, it should, like, you know, give him a little tizzy animation. That would be hilarious. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. He can't actually stop me. And do this. And look at that. Just dead. There we go. Job done. Go yourself a biscuit, guys. You just killed the first boss of the game. With that broken sword hilt, this is way more difficult. But you know what? We're not going to do that. Like, I suppose there's only one good thing that really comes out of killing the boss without going to get your weapon, is you can actually unlock a secret weapon, which is the giant hammer that he wields. It's okay. Like, most demon weapons are pretty cool, but you're going to have to get through a fair bit of the game before you can level up enough to actually use it. And it kind of runs out of its usefulness by that point, especially if you grab other weapons. So Soul of Lost and Dead. And let's just run up here. My record on this game is doing both bells and... Look at that JPEG background. Look at that.
That one day an undead shall be chosen.
Oh shit.
To leave the undead asylum.
Yeah, we off now. We ain't dead yet. We should be though. I mean, that's a big ass bird.
To the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
It could have been worse. So the idea is that you just got flown across in this bird's grasp all the way to Lordran, the city of gods. And believe it or not, some bad shit has happened here. Oh, don't look at that shield. Oh, that's not good. I can level the hell up now. Yep. Let's roll for victory. We're in Lordran. Alright, so this guy is going to give you the only exposition you're going to get for about 1/3 of the game.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. But there's no...
Damn it, I skipped spot.
Here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead.
So there you go. Here, 2 bells. Bring them. Go. So I'm just going to rest here quickly. And, you know what, actually, before I do anything more, we're going to level up. Why the hell not? And we're going to start with... do I want this? Endurance is always a good one, but I really want a certain weapon, so we're going to go straight for strength. And I don't care about anything else. Let's see what's over here. Humanity, right, so that's some important stuff. You may go look at this. Humanity, rare tiny black sprite found on a corpse used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes humanity? We hold within ourselves. So, the thing about this series has always been that they're not going to explain jack all to us, the devs. I'm just going to use it quickly because I want to get another upgrade. There we go. Because I'm going to lose the rest of those souls in a second. Anything in here? Always going to check. And that is that each person in this game essentially contains humanity. And that's a tiny black sprite, or soul essentially. And you can use humanity to return yourself to being human. So if I used humanity now, I could turn myself from being a hollow into a normal looking guy, and I might do so later. But right now, I don't really feel the need to. Instead, we're going to go explore some of the ruins, take some of the loot that's hiding around here. Get some fireballs. They're okay, they're not that useful. I rarely end up using them. There are some bosses early on that might be worth using them against, but it's not really worth it. So that you can do gestures and stuff. There we go. Okay, so humanity is this tiny dark speck, and it doesn't exist in other life forms. It only exists within humans who haven't given up the... I would just say... No, I'm not going to say that, because that's kind of like a big leap. I will also say that...
I'd prefer to keep a distance.
Hey, bro. Let's open some of these. There might be something in there. I prefer not to say, that's my own opinion, but... essentially, humanity is the dark soul. Okay? So, every human in the world has this within them. And essentially, the idea is that as you progress through the game, you are accumulating this dark soul within you. But, I'll come back and address this properly. I'm going to need notes and stuff to actually explain the lore. But for now, we're just going to speak to him again.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. No, go ahead.
This guy just gave us a copper coin, which we can use for other stuff. And you can speak to him again if you want to learn a gesture or join his covenant. I don't really need to. Suffice to say, humanity is really important and a big crux to the whole plot of this game. And the second one as well. So, we're just going to drop down the hole. Yeah, shake the cameras. Pick that up. Come with bone. Star. Reliable. I think the club is better than the Morning Star early on. Yeah, 87, 83. It weighs less, but it does more damage. Do we have any items yet? No. Okay, fair enough. So we got a good load of stuff.